Maybe better dreams. Well, good morning, my friends. Boy, what a lot of friends we have here. A couple quick housekeeping notes for you. If you need the restroom, you go right through this door, down the stairs, and follow the signs that say restroom. If you need hearing devices, we have some all the way at the back in some plastic things. You can wear those. Please put your phones into worship mode, as we say here, so we don't have interruptions. If people could stay out of this area, we've got a lot of cords and cameras set up because we are live streaming today, so other people can enjoy this and be here with us today as well. And after the service, there's going to be some refreshments and coffee, but I also invite you to go on out into our churchyard where we just had our labyrinth restored. So please go ahead and take the time to do that in the garden that Lisa put so much love and energy into. Good morning, everyone. So happy to see so many people here. I knew there would be. I'm Reverend Karen LeBlanc, and I am the minister of this church. Lisa was a beloved member of this congregation here at UUNB, and she was also a dear friend of mine. I've known Lisa for over 20 years, actually, and I don't have to tell anyone here the effect that her spirit had and still has on everyone she encountered. She certainly had a profound effect on me. She was maybe the strongest, most righteously driven person I have ever encountered. And over the past several years, I've been getting to know the rest of her ginormous family. And I found that those same qualities are bred into this family, these Regans. The support that they give to each other, and the courage and resilience that they have shown through some tremendously hard times is nothing less than extraordinary. And I'm really honored to be part of this today. So we gather here today as people who loved Lisa, to face the loss of her and to celebrate her life together. We come from the diversity of our grieving into the warmth of this community to give stubborn witness to our belief that even in the midst of sorrow, there is always joy to be found. A human life is sacred. It is sacred in its being born, it is sacred in its living, and it is sacred in its dying. So let us be wise enough, let us be brave enough today to weave our joy and sorrow together, acknowledging our grief and balancing it with the joys of so many wonderful moments that we got to have with Lisa. This is what we do for each other, folks. It's the best thing we can do for each other. Just be here. Just be here to hold space and guide each other through as best we can with love. There's a lot of love in this room right now. I can feel that. So we're going to begin with a reading, 1 Corinthians, that Regan is going to read, Lisa's mom. And I'm going to pull this down for you a little bit, and I'm going to go adjust the microphone because it's really live.
though I command languages, both human and angelic. If I speak without love, I am no more than a gong booming or a cymbal clashing. And though I have the power of prophecy to penetrate all mysteries and knowledge, and though I have all the faith necessary to move mountains, if I am without love, I am nothing. Though I should give away to the poor all that I possess, and even give up my body to be burned, if I am without love, it will do me no good whatsoever. Love is always patient and kind. Love is never jealous. Love is not boastful or conceited. It is never rude and never seeks its own advantage. It does not take the offense or store up grievances. Love does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but finds its joy in truth. It is always ready to make allowances, to trust, to hope, and to endure whatever comes. Love never comes to an end, but if there are prophecies, they will be done away with. If tongues, they will fall silent, and if knowledge, it will be done away with. For we know only imperfectly, and we prophesy imperfectly. But once perfection comes, all imperfect things will be done away with. When I was a child, I used to talk like a child and see the things as a child does and think like a child. But now that I have become an adult, I have finished all childish ways. Now we see only reflections in a mirror, mere riddles, but then we shall be seeing face to face. Now I can know only imperfectly, but then I shall know just as fully as I am myself known. And it is, these remain, faith, hope, and love, and the three of them, and the greatest of them is love. Amen.
Our first eulogy of several eulogies today is from Elizabeth DiCarlo, Auntie Liz.
Hello. Welcome to all who knew and loved Lisa and are here to honor and celebrate who she was in our lives. I'm Lisa's Auntie Liz, her godmother at her baptism. I'm also the only sister of Lisa's mom, Ann, so I've known and loved Lisa all of her life and miss her every day. Being the third of 6 biological children born to Ann and Tom, Lisa understood what childcare meant from an early age. As a teenager, she was involved with the state's advisory committee in the Office for Children and worked in a Montessori school. And then came the friends, many of you here. The friends of Lisa. She loved her posse, many of her foster siblings who became her lifelong sisters and brothers, and then the international students who graced her parents' home and reinforced Lisa's love of cultures, in addition to her Italian-American and a bit of Irish heritages. She had pride in being who she was and her immigrant ancestors. Lisa was also a woman of many talents who lived many lives. One of the things I loved most about Lisa was her sense of social justice. From an early age, she was always supporting the kids who were on the edge or pushed out of what was considered the norm. Her home was always open to helping others needing a welcoming space. Her children are a wonderful reflection of her love and attention and her strength. And as Nona Lisa, she showered her grandchildren with love. She was always making connections between people and thinking creatively about how to make things more useful and better for everyone. She became known as the fixer, one who could make people and things better for all. Many who came to know Lisa through the program, starting the garden at Sippacan Elementary School and here at the Unitarian Church, and living the social justice values with her dear Marian friends, the Unitarian Universalists, and the Tri-Town Against Racism, all remember her loving spirit. That's why Tri-Town Against Racism established a scholarship in her honor. Lisa recognized that she was blessed with a wonderful family and friends and would be the first to initiate helping people in whatever way she could. I always turned to her to understand the dynamics of people and issues in our Tri-Town community. That's another reason why I'll miss her, as she was a bridge to people who didn't always have a voice, and she encouraged people to use it. Lisa was truly one of the best repurposers, always figuring out who she knew, who could use whatever it was that was being discarded or was an extra that someone had that someone else could use. So with all this amazing networking, what would Lisa be talking about now about what's going on? Be respectful to people, help make a positive difference in your community, and make good trouble when you need to. She asked me to read one of her favorite poems at her funeral, particularly significant as we struggle with this these cruel, divisive, and tumultuous times in our country and world. I believe this poem, To Be of Use, by Marge Piercy, speaks to who Lisa was and who she will always be in the depths of my heart. To be of use. The people I love the best jump into work head first, without dallying in the shallows, and swim off with sure strokes almost out of sight. They seem to become natives of that element, the black, sleek heads of seals bouncing like half-submerged balls. I love people who harness themselves an ox to a heavy cart, who pull like water buffalo with massive patience, who strain in the mud and muck to move things forward and do what has to be done again and again. I want to be with people who submerge in the task, who go into the fields to harvest and work in a row and pass the bags along, who stand in the line and haul in their places, who are not parlor generals and field deserters, but move in a common rhythm when the food must come in or the fire be put out. The work of the world is common as mud, botched, it smears the hands, crumbles to dust, but the thing worth doing well done has a shape that satisfies, clean and evident. Greek amorphous for wine or oil, Hopi vases that held corn are put in museums, but you know they were made to be used. The pitcher cries for water that to carry and a person for work that is real.
Celia Murray. It's probably the only time in my life I've had walk-up music. I didn't play sports. So I am up here today representing a group of Lisa's friends who became known as the Posse. I'm going to use their maiden names. It was Lisa Richmond, Jamie Rennick, Jenny Lowenthal, and Lisa Regan, and me, Celia. I first met Lisa when I was 12 years old, and I moved into her family. There were 6 kids. There was chaos, there was yelling, there was 1 minute of screaming at each other, and the next minute they were hugging. It was completely beyond me. There was all this talking with their hands, it still happens, and this huge emphasis on cooking, which I also didn't understand, but it turns out when you make everything from scratch from a large family, it takes a long time and a lot of helpers. Lisa was also 12, and we were both in the 7th grade. I soon met all the neighborhood kids since the Regan house was the center of activity. When Ann Regan would ring the dinner bell, all the neighborhood kids knew it was time to go home. The ones I remained closest with were Jamie and Lisa Richmond, who had been friends with Lisa Regan since before preschool. Lisa was pretty much the idea person among the 4 of us. It was Lisa who recognized that we all needed to have pastel blue eyeshadow, which was pretty much the makeup requirement for young women in the mid-1970s. We all washed our face with Noxzema instead of soap because Lisa told us that when we got old, our skin would get dried out if we didn't use Noxzema. And Lisa was the first one who shaved her legs, and since Lisa Regan was shaving, there was no reason that Lisa Richmond and Jamie shouldn't be shaving too, so Lisa showed them how at her house. They went home and showed their mothers, so proud that they had shaved their legs. Their mothers weren't happy. I think 7th grade is a difficult time for most kids. For me, it was hard to go live with a new family at that age. But all of the Regans were very accepting of me, and Lisa, Christina, David, Arthur, Thomas, and Anita all accepted me like a sister. And once Lisa did that, all of her friends followed, giving me lifelong friends. Over the next few years, we added Jenny Lowenthal to the mix. She didn't show up till high school. And we shopped together. Turns out Jenny was a great bargain hunter. We had long discussions about which shirts we would wear with which pair of jeans, and you know all the jeans were the same, right? What to do with our hair, how to put on our makeup, who was dating who, and how we felt about it. Our senior prom was the day before my 18th birthday. Lisa had secretly arranged to have a cake brought out and have the band sing happy birthday with everyone joining in. I was really touched. It was such a thoughtful thing to do, and it was so Lisa. She was always good at taking a creative idea and making it a reality. Fast forward to 2020, we had all gone off and started our own families. We stayed in touch, but mostly through Lisa, and she was our glue. Then the pandemic hit. About 3 weeks into the lockdown, I received a FaceTime request from Jamie. Lisa Regan, Lisa Richmond, and Jenny were also on the call. Jamie was all alone in Manhattan and decided to call her old friends. It was so great for all of us to be together again, even if it wasn't in person and the circumstances weren't ideal. By the end of that first call, we set up a second one, and we continued on for months afterward. We also created a text chain, and we stayed in touch. Lisa Richmond got new puppies, Jamie's daughters got engaged, there was a bear in my backyard, Jenny got a new horse, Lisa Regan became a grandmother. 2 weeks after Anita told us about Lisa's cancer diagnosis, they held a birthday party for Lisa. We all went. And it was the first time the 5 of us had been together in decades. That's when Jamie named our group the Posse. And whenever there was news about Lisa, Anita would tell her, make sure you text the Posse. And I think she was so concerned about that because if we didn't get in touch with Lisa, we would start calling Anita. In August of 24, the 5 of us were heading to Manhattan for Jamie's daughter's black tie wedding. We talked about the trip for months, what we were going to wear, what did we think of these shoes. We modeled dresses, we had manis and petties. Lisa Regan went to a tanning salon. When the day came, Lisa wasn't feeling great, but there was no way she was going to miss this wedding. She rested up until it was time to get ready, and when we were all getting dressed, it was just like we were teenagers again, and the decades that had happened hadn't really happened. The wedding was fabulous, the food was fantastic, we danced, we ate, and we danced again. At one point, I looked over at Lisa, and she was just sitting there, still and quiet, with a slight smile on her face. And it was so unlike Lisa, who was always going, always doing, but now she was just taking it all in. There was nowhere she had to go, no one she had to take care of, no one she had to talk to. She was just enjoying the moment. I thought about that moment quite a bit since Lisa passed. When we were 14, while the rest of us were thinking about dream careers, Lisa's dream was to get married and have children. She had 3 beautiful children who she saw become amazing adults. She had 2 granddaughters that she was able to care for as infants, and in spite of all of her challenges and losses she endured, her brother David, her niece Jenny, her father, and most recently her sister Christina, Lisa was at peace.
Anna. Anna Arico.
A Psalm of David. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will feel no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen.
Caroline O'Leary Durr is next.
There are no words that could ever encapsulate all that was Lisa Regan Durr. There are no words at all that could ever capture a life so well lived, a personality so wild, or a heart so full of love. Though there are no words, but there are the people, the memories, the songs, the psalms, and the stories that connect the pieces to our collective broken heart. Everyone who is speaking today represents a different season of Lisa's life. Her beloved aunties, her grassroots, the springtime to her carefree, blossoming soul. Lisa so deeply cherished her childhood foundations, consisting of long days in the garden, family recipes, summers by the beach, sibling laughter, and learning what it meant to be part of a community, loving deeply and fiercely. Summer followed bright and full of energy. High school and early adult life was the season of life Lisa pursued many dreams, built endless relationships, and poured her unwavering energy into many passions. Lifelong friends will forever be an integral part of who Lisa was, reinforcing her carefree spirit, tenacious loyalty, and versatility. Not many people can pull off riding top down in a cabriolet while wearing mink one day, overalls, bean boots, and dirty fingernails the next. Though many of us shaped Lisa, the next few seasons of Lisa's life is a testament to her own inner demons and strengths. Autumn brings a time of change, life slowing down. Lisa spent her warmest memories raising her three most prized possessions, Chelsea, Troy, and Madison, harvesting an active life, skate parks, YMCAs, garden clubs, and Joanne Drive. Though with autumn comes the equinox, equal parts day and night, and Lisa's autumn did indeed have some of the brightest, most beautiful moments and some of the darkest despairs. Lisa's journey of discovery, spirituality, and forgiveness is where I was fortunate enough to come to know Lisa's heart. Snippets of memories blow through, Waterville Valley, late night talks on summer decks, and family famous chicken piccata. My own mother battled similar adversities on similar timelines, but the two paths could not have contrasted more. Lisa's genuine heart, straightforward honesty, and resolute commitment to her children was commendable even to my own angsty 18-year-old self. I was and still am in awe of the hard work and tenacity that went into Lisa's journey toward healing. She overcame so much with an enviable force of sheer willpower. Despite the many winter storms looming ahead, Lisa was only looking forward, even on the path of most resistance. The winter solstice reminds us that even the coldest seasons carry the seeds of renewal, and that from the heart of darkness, light is always born again. Lisa's soul was renewed as a grandmother, the illustrious Nona Lisa. Days were spent exploring on tiny toes, teaching invaluable lessons and making memories. Unconditional love through bubbles, lullabies, and socks on cold feet. In the quiet and stillness of winter brings a peaceful reflection and prioritization of warmth we find in others. Though we miss Lisa terribly, her best and most beautiful parts live on. through Chelsea's gigantic heart, her ability to find the beauty in everyone, through Troy's helping hands, always willing to drop everything to help a loved one in need, through Madison's wildly free spirit, her power to view the world with an open mind, through Isla's wide-eyed wonders, her proclaimed collections of treasures, and even Eva's bold and fearless attitude, giving us all heart attacks at the ripe age of 1. Perfect timing, Eva. So now we honor a life well lived, a slow turning toward the light, a season not of endings, but a lasting legacy. How lucky are we all to have traveled through these seasons with Lisa, to feel such heartache, to have known such a soul.
Next, we have Mary Rich. Come on up, Mary.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Auntie Mary. I'm Lisa's auntie, and I look around and I think I'm Auntie Mary to half the people here. So I wrote my song, I wrote my talk yesterday, and this morning I was blessing the house, and I came upon a collage of Christina, and this touched me so much. And it absolutely epitomizes everything that you've heard and who Annie and Anita and Lisa and Christina are. When I die, give what is left of me away to children and old men and women that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother and sister walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give to me. I want to leave you something better than words and sounds. Look for me in the people I've known and loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands, and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love does not die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. I wish I wrote it, but I'm not that profound. Now you're going to really hear me. So, I'm to share a bit of Lisa's spirituality, how she lived out her faith in Jesus Christ. Perhaps the best way to start is to have you look around you. Look to both sides of you right now. Look to the front of you. Look behind you. Look at all the people around you. Look at each other. And what you're doing is you are looking at Lisa Regan Durr's spirituality. Her faith legacy is you, each of you. She loved you. Lisa taught us all not to be a stranger, but a connector. She knew how to go very easily from stranger to friend to family. And for some of you sitting here today, you went from stranger to family before you even knew what hit you. And it took a while for you to even realize that what happened to you was that you experienced the power of Lisa's love. Her kind of love was full of acceptance, corrections, hugs, encouragements, forgiveness, peace, justice, and perhaps a little bit of bossiness. But how did she become to be such a dynamo? How did she get to transform to live so many lives and so fully integrated with her faith? How? Quite simply, but certainly not easily. In her darkest and deepest times, she knew she needed and wanted sobriety. It was during one of those times in her deepest darkness that Jesus Christ came to her. She knew in that moment that she would be able to live what she desired the most, to be sober and live the life she was created to live on this earth. This was her experience, that Jesus Christ came to her. And it began her first steps into her next life of living in and with and through love, acceptance, forgiveness, joy, justice, and deep peace that surpasses all understanding. What Lisa knew, believed, and lived out of was that she knew who she was, and she was loved. She was rooted and grounded in her relationship with Christ, and everything flowed from that relationship. She didn't need to preach it. She simply, abundantly, joyfully lived it and shared it. And now I'll share one of my stories of my time with Lisa in her final week on this earth, as she was preparing to set off into her next adventure. She was sad to be leaving her children and grandchildren, but able to look forward to her next life adventure. Lisa gathered and saved all her energy to enjoy her family at the end of each day. She had her eyes closed, the room quiet, and we really wouldn't know whether she was awake or asleep most of the time until she spoke. So, as was my habit each time I went into her room, I would lay one hand on her head, bless, kiss her, and tell her, I love you. And my other hand was on her hand. Most times she would tell me, hold my hand, and I would until she removed it to change position or boss someone around. When she would give direction or instruction or suggestions to others. The day before Lisa died, several times throughout the day she'd tell me, hold my hand. And late in the day, I went to her and I laid my hand on her head and on her hand in silent prayer. Her eyes were closed all the time at this point. I took my hands off her and I turned to leave. In a strong voice we hadn't heard all day, she asked, whose hands are they? I said, Mary's, it's Auntie Mary. And in a very strong voice, she said, hold my hand. So I sat and I held her hand in both of mine. After a very long while, her breath quieting, my eyes closed, simply holding her hands in silent communion, I began to feel her heartbeat in my hands. And sure enough, it is her heart I'm holding in the palms of my hand. And we continue to hold hands in stillness, silent communion. And I was so surprised at what I was feeling that I opened my eyes and I watched her heart, and sure enough, her heart was beating the beat in my hands. It was her heart I'm holding in the palms of my hand. Much later, Annie came in and sat to take Lisa's other hand. She spoke to Lisa of all the love that had come to Lisa today. And as Annie sat loving her precious daughter, holding her hand, I realized Lisa's heartbeat in my hands got stronger and stronger. So again, I opened my eyes and I watched Lisa's heart beat. It was not my imagination. I could feel it, I could see it. It was such an awesome wow. The power of love, the power of a mother's love. Through Lisa, I have experienced what it means to be held in the palm of God's hand, loved, protected, cared for. And Lisa knew that kind of love from her God. Lisa Regan Durr knew without any doubt she was loved. And I invite each of you to take the love that was given to you through your knowing Lisa and carry that love into your life in every area, just as she did. Her love of forgiveness, joy, acceptance, justice, and deep, abiding peace. Take it, carry it, share it. It's been role modeled by Lisa to all of us, how to live a life abundantly, simply by loving. You are lovable, and you are loved. Amen.
Our final reader is Gloria Mazzo.
I was fine until Mamie hugged me. I just want you to know. I'm Gloria, Auntie Gloria. Lisa wanted me to sing for you the Misha Berach. The Misha Berach means in Hebrew, may the one who blesses. And the Misha Berach is all about remembering what our ancestors, all of their lives, what their lives were like, and the lessons they brought to us, and the ways in which they blessed us. So she wanted me to sing this to you. But honestly, we've really suffered enough. This is too much. It's not fair. So, and she can't fight me now. So I'm just going to recite it for you. Misha berach avotenu, mikor habracha le'imotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing. And let us say amen. Misha berach imotenu mikor habraha la'avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body and the renewal of spirit. And let us say amen.
Amen. Amen. Blessed be. Only for Lisa Regan Durr's memorial would we have Christian prayers and Jewish prayers and a pagan Unitarian minister in this beautiful castle. So thank you all so much for being here. What a representation of how much love Lisa brought into this world. So carry with you today what it was about Lisa that will make her live forever in your heart. And pass it on to others, because that's exactly what she would want you to do. Let her life inspire you to create a better one for yourselves. May we hold fast to what gives us joy. Let go of our expectations of how things are supposed to be, and go boldly into the future, fearlessly and with passion. The courage of the early morning's dawning, the strength of the eternal hills, the peace of the evening's ending, and the love of life be in our hearts today and always. Go in peace and spread love and light in the world. Amen. You go right ahead.
And then they're gonna play. Then they're gonna play another. Is that? Yes, that's song. Okay. Yeah. So before we play that song, we're gonna sing a song my brother-in-law Larry told me about. He said, "We are the sunshine in each other's life." And so I think he wrote this song, and we'll sing it. Ah, my sunshine, my only sunshine, you make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
yourself, you know it's